Oh, hi guys.
Hi.
How's it going?
Good.
Nice to meet you. I'm Taylor. Hey.
Hi.
And there we have two different schools Skyping in, so everybody say hi to everybody. Hi guys, I'm Taylor. Hello. I would love it if you guys would introduce yourselves. What's your name?
I'm Marvin. I'm
You're 18.
I'm 11 years old.
I knew it. You're 11.
Yes.
All right, how old are you?
I'm 15, and my name's
awesome.
Hayden.
Hayden, I love that name.
Thank you.
What's your name?
I'm Ben. I'm 11.
Cool, Ben. I'm Ben. I love it. What's your name?
I'm Sophie. I'm 14.
Awesome. What's your name?
Sean. I'm 12.
Sean is 12. Awesome.
I'm Mariah. I'm 14.
Amazing. So we have kind of all age groups going on, which is amazing. And roughly how old are you guys? Roughly 10. 13. 10, 11, 13. Some are 11. One's 12. All right, that's good. So definitely all ages. I'm so excited that you guys are here and that I'm here to talk to you guys about reading and writing. You're like, wow, I thought I wasn't in school. But I'm really excited to talk to you about reading and writing because I wouldn't be a songwriter if it wasn't for books that I loved as a kid. And I think that, you know, when you can escape into a book, it trains your imagination to think big and to think that more can exist than what you see. And I think that's been the basis of why I've wanted to write songs and why writing became my career. So I'm happy we're going to talk about it. So let's talk about it.
So I saw that you liked the Emma Watson video about feminism, and I wanted to know what female characters influenced you in literature.
I really do love what she said about feminism, and I love it when women and girls can identify with feminism and that discussion becomes more popular, because when I was growing up, I feel like it wasn't something that we really talked about. We didn't really understand what feminism was. Or if we did, we thought it was like some angry, like kind of aggressive thing, and it's not. It's just that you believe that men and women should have equal rights and opportunities. And I think it's something that's great that she talked about that. Because her character that she plays in the movies, Hermione, is an amazing character in literature.
Yeah.
I had a lot of female characters that I was inspired by growing up. I read this book called Stargirl that is about this girl who's very different than everybody else in her school, and some people call her weird, but no matter how much they make fun of her, she just continues to be herself, and pretty soon that individuality rubs off on everyone else and they all want to be like her. So Stargirl was an amazing book that I read. And recently, like the summer before this one, I read The Fault in Our Stars. And I loved Hazel Grace because I think she's so smart and sarcastic and self-aware. And I think that just from the book, you know, being written from her perspective and it's told so beautifully, I think that John Green did a really great job of painting a really, really intricate, beautiful, complicated female character. I was wondering, do you guys have any favorite books or characters that really inspire you, who you identify with? Ladies first.
My favorite book is The Glass Castle by Jeanette Walls, because it showed me that there's so many different ways of living your life and there's so many different lifestyles. I never really thought of moving around, and because I'd never had that experience, and then that book just showed me an entire different perspective on how life was, and it was just so cool to read that.
Wow, I want to read that now.
It's really good.
I should read it, definitely?
Yes.
Cool. Oh, I'm going to get so many good ideas from this, because I never know which book to start, and I really need to be reading more on the road because I miss it, and when I have a lot of long plane rides coming up. What are some of your favorite books?
Well, I really like the Percy Jackson series and just in general all the books, because I think a lot of kids who read it, especially me, can also identify with a lot of the characters in the book, which I think is awesome. So it's not just this book about a kid who has to go through a lot of tough things and kind of learns a lot of morals, but there's also another aspect to it that's just appealing to a lot of young readers, which is like just like about myths and just awesome creatures and monsters, which I just think is really cool.
That's amazing. Wow, you have an amazing vocabulary. You're really intelligent. You guys are all really intelligent. I'm really excited. What's your favorite book?
Some of my favorite books are like the Harry Potter series.
Yes, it's like so good, right?
Yeah.
And everybody loves it, so it does. You don't say it as much, but it's like yeah. What do you like about it the most?
I started reading it when I was like really young. And it was sort of like I grew up reading it, and so I like grew up with the characters almost, and I got to like see how they matured as I like grew up too. And that like has been like a really big part of my childhood just because it was like there for a lot of it, and it's like really affected me, I think, in like the way that I grew up and like how my mind works now.
Yeah, and it kind of probably provides a source of comfort.
Yeah.
Like nostalgia. That's a really interesting angle on it. You don't think about how many kids have legitimately grown up with the Harry Potter series. That's amazing. What is your favorite book?
Well, my favorite book is Out of My Mind. I think that it really shows how someone can be so different on the outside while being so smart and intelligent on the inside without not knowing anything about them, really.
Wow. That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Is that fiction or nonfiction?
It's fiction.
Oh, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Should I read it?
Yeah.
Cool. Do you have any
great.
book recommendations for me?
Yeah, actually, I read this book called The Sirens of Titan by Kurt Vonnegut.
Wow, okay.
And it takes place in a dystopian society, but I thought it was interesting because not only was it told from the point of view of an adult rather than someone my age, its focus wasn't completely rebelling against the source of authority, but rather understanding, existing and like self-awareness. And I thought it was so interesting to get the point of view of a father rather than, the misunderstood teen.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which I feel like comes up in a lot of young adult novels.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's
I
really
also
great
am
book.
really intrigued by the fact that you identify more with a character that isn't in your age group, and that you wanted to step into somebody else's perspective. That's really interesting. Cool. What's your favorite book?
I don't really have a favorite book since I've read so many books, but
That's
one of the
fair.
books that I guess I learned a lot from was the Ranger's Apprentice series. And the main character, he's an orphan. He has nothing. He has actually a pretty good life. He lives in a castle, but he's an orphanage. He has no parents. He has no money of his own. He has nothing. And he gets chosen to work for these mysterious rangers. And he doesn't know anything about them. And he becomes the apprentice to one of the best rangers in the whole country. And at the end of the series, he's started from nothing, and he worked very hard, and now he's one of the most famous rangers. And so it kind of taught me it doesn't really matter where you come from or where you start off as long as you work hard towards your goals, you can get there.
That's really beautiful. I could cry right now. Isn't that amazing how he delivered that too? Like it was so eloquent, so well said.
Thank you.
Man, I'm lucky being hanging out with you guys.
Did you keep a writing journal when you were in school? And if you did, was it something that you would recommend?
I would definitely recommend journaling because I've been journaling since I was 13. I have all the journals of when I was in school, and I would be sad that I wasn't invited to some party that everybody was invited to, or, upset that some boy that I had a crush on didn't notice me. And I would just journal the way that I felt, and somehow it kind of simplified it. Because sometimes, nothing can really make you feel better about what you're going through, but a lot of the time it's easier to understand how you're feeling if you write it down, because it kind of simplifies it for you. A lot of the time we get so overwhelmed by our emotions because there are so many of them, but a lot of the time if you put pen to paper, how you're actually feeling will be what comes out on the page.